everything else. But I think the platforms will be fairly easy compared to some things, but I think this area will be fencing for each area, and then we can sort of deal with other little bits and pieces at the time. Maybe we can have fencing on the inside track in time for where the road will be. Maybe. That way you can sort of see where the fencing is going, and you can see where the trains are, to give you a sort of perfect example. I don't think it has to be hugely big or anything, but it gives you an idea to where the roads are. April, yeah, and then a break. Have a Kit Kat. Right. Yes. So, definitely I'm going to be doing some stuff like this. Well, I've got a lot to do, and having a break will do me good. And got so much other things to catch up on. I've got so many things to transfer to my new computer soon, and obviously saving up for other things which I can't say. I will still get trains for a little while longer until, you know, basically I'll have to do on budget trains like Pocket Rockets and things like that, but HSTs are way too expensive for most people. You should save all your pennies up for one and then by all means get one, but I'm just bear in mind the warning of how expensive the HST set is, the premium ones for Hornby. We have redone them, the premium ones apparently, so apparently to put them in buffers, which seems to me it's a little bit odd because the original models of the HST sets are very much when designed with buffers in the first place. They had their own little buffer system on the HST way back in the 80s, before I was born. But they had their own shield of plastic or metal in the real thing, but they had their own form of barriers by the metal they had to use. So I don't know why they want to put buffers on the front of it, but I mean it will only assume it will stop the train coming off the track and it will hit something and then destroy the light clusters. But I think the worst thing to do is if you're going to put buffers on HST, surely if you're going to put buffers on the front of that, it'll just make it worse because of the condition of the model. If it crashed, would it be worse off? Surely. If you live in the worst place, which mean that everyone will be, well, every enthusiast modeler out there, new to the hobby, or very much into the hobby from a very young age like I was, which means that you're going to pay through the odds for a train like that because no one can afford it for most of the time. But if anyone likes my videos, let me know in the comments below because I'm sure a few of you do, but I have noticed a few other people like your content, but I prefer when you're doing your game stuff. Well, maybe maybe during the autumn this year, I might maybe play some gameplay for you. Depends how things go, and being that we're also doing rather well should be doing rather well in the autumn. Can't think there'd be any reason to why I can play some games for you. So yeah, I've just gotta get something done first before, and then the HST will make a return, even if I do get one more other one at some point, maybe this autumn or maybe next year during Christmas. I will get another maybe one more to put in my collection. It's either the cross country or the first Great Western one. Both like in that livery, but I do like the GMER ones too. But to be honest, the GMER ones, even though they look good, they move really nicely, but they are so expensive, even though they're so old. The Hornby HST sets ones were out of buffers originally from 2006, so you know, well, I don't know how many years ago it was 2006, but I know it's long enough ago. It's not something I really want to think about. He's doing. How many years ago was 2006?
It was 15 years ago.
So the HST sets, the premium Hornby HST sets, with the power car and the trading car, 15 years ago was 2006. Okay, so you know, it's been released 15 years, that original model of the premium HST set, which means, yes, I would definitely agree with Hornby needs to upgrade it, but retune it, and you know, postpone the time of life of living its life as a HST from the original time. But I think, as it goes, I think the Hornby should leave without the buffers not being on it. Because to be honest, I mean, HST itself, the model, as well as the real thing, is got its own little buffer by the metal it has at the front of the cab. And maybe they could put some sort of grilling thing on it. I mean, that would make more sense if I'm completely honest. But yeah, it's just quite a lot of stuff, and you know, being at trains, model trains and everything else now, it's going up so much, no one can afford those things anymore, but except for the rich people. But me that train GGS will probably start dropping because of that. And they might lose a bit of custom from it because obviously people can't afford the expensive trains. And you can get cheaper trains like the budget ones, the budget Hornby set, they do, which they do sell, but personally I do not recommend getting the budget one by choice if you can, because the Hornby budget ones can be a little bit temperamental with their systems, but so if anyone I recommend the HST is, I recommend the premium one more than the budget one, just because the budget one doesn't give you lights particularly. It only gives you directional lights, because I've seen Intercity 82's one, but from the 80s, but if you want directional lights, cab lights, tail lights, you want to go for the premium one, but if you don't and you fit them on your own, get the budget one. It's sort of a simple thing I would say, but you know, it basically saves you a bit of money too, so and you want to save hope for it all. So what am I going to do with my dream layout? What I'm going to be doing with this layout? My dream layout. Well, this is my dream layout for now. Obviously, if I want to change what I want to do in my life when I'm older, as soon as I want to do different things in my life, which one maybe I might want to do in the future to come. Obviously, at the moment I'm not going to rush into things, it's just ideas.